In our world today, with everything going a mile a minute, stress can feel, well, it can feel less like a temporary guest and more like a permanent roommate who just won't pay rent. So today, we're going to do more than just talk about it. We're going to find some really simple, practical ways to show it the door. And really, that's where we have to start, isn't it? Just by calling it what it is. Because stress isn't some far-off academic idea. Nope. It's a real physical and emotional thing that, let's be honest, every single one of us deals with. So let's get real about what that actually feels like. So let's dive into that all too familiar sensation. You know the one I'm talking about, that feeling of being totally and completely swamped. It's that point where stress stops being a little nudge and starts feeling like a 10-ton weight. Does this sound about right? It's that feeling that life is stuck on fast forward, and you're just running as fast as you can to keep from falling off the treadmill. The notifications, the deadlines, the never-ending to-do list, it's like a constant race you never even signed up for. And it's not just about the speed, right? It's the weight of it all. You've got pressure from work, pressure from home, pressure from your social life, even the pressure we put on ourselves. It can seriously feel like you're being squeezed from all sides with absolutely no room to breathe. Now, it is so easy to get stuck in that overwhelming feeling. But, and this is the most important part, here's what you gotta remember. Yes, stress feels intense, but it is also a totally natural part of being human. It's not a sign of weakness, and we are definitely not powerless against it. There are simple, real things we can do. Okay, so where do we even begin? Well, before we jump into a bunch of solutions, the single most powerful first step you can take is just awareness. It all starts with getting a handle on what's actually happening inside your own head. Think about it this way. You can't really fight an enemy if you can't see him, right? Before you can start to relieve all that pressure, you have to know where it's actually coming from. This is all about going from that vague, I'm so stressed feeling, to pinpointing the specific source. And this is the golden question. I want you to ask yourself this. Just take a second, pause everything else for a moment, and just ask, what is really getting to me right now? And be honest. Is it that project at work? A tough conversation you've been putting off? Is it money worries? Name it. And here's the wild part. This simple act of putting a name to your stressor, it can literally strip away some of its power. It's kind of like flipping on the lights in a dark room. The monster you thought was there might still be a pile of clothes on a chair, but now you can see it clearly, and it's way less scary. All right, so once you've got that awareness, now we can move on to action. So let's walk through 5 incredibly simple, super practical techniques you can use pretty much anytime, anywhere. Think of this as your personal first aid kit for stress. So here's our toolkit. First up, deep breathing. That's the fastest way to tell your nervous system, hey, we're okay. Then there's simple exercise, like a quick walk to just burn off that anxious energy. Third, listening to music, which is such a great mental escape. Fourth, something called progressive muscle relaxation, a way to physically squeeze out tension. And last but not least, making some intentional me time. Let's look a little closer at those last two. Oh, I love this one because you can feel it working instantly. Let's try it with our hands. Go ahead and clench your hands into fists really tight for like 5 seconds. Feel that tension. Now, just let it all go, release completely. Do you feel that wave of comfort that comes after? You can do this with every muscle in your body, from your toes all the way up to your jaw. It's a physical command telling your body it's safe to let go. So what about me time? It sounds so simple, but really, how many of us actually schedule it? And look, this is not about being lazy or unproductive. It is about an intentional recharge. Whether it's digging into a good book, watching a movie you love, or trying a new hobby, the whole point is to give your brain a deliberate break from all that pressure. So what's the big picture here? How does all this come together? Well, these tools, the awareness, the breathing, the relaxation, they're not about getting rid of stress forever. That's not the goal. It's about shifting the balance of power. It's about reminding yourself that you are in the driver's seat of your life. And this, right here, is the key takeaway. I really want this to sink in. Stress is going to come and go. It's a part of living a full, challenging, meaningful life. So the goal isn't some impossible stress-free existence. The goal is a life where stress doesn't get to call all the shots. You do. You don't need to book a 2-week vacation or totally overhaul your life to make a difference. The real magic, It's in the small, consistent things you do every single day. A few deep breaths while you're waiting for your coffee, a 10-minute walk at lunch. These little deposits into your own well-being account, they add up to a huge return over time. And that is not just a rhetorical question. I'm actually asking you. Think about it. Forget about all 5 techniques for a second. Forget the big picture. What is one tiny, simple thing you could do for yourself, maybe right after this, to just reclaim a little bit of calm? In fact, why don't we just do it together, right now? Wherever you are, just take a slow, deep breath in, hold it, and now just let it all out. See? It's that simple. You just took a step. Your journey to handling stress better, it can literally start right there.